Hello everyone and good session to you. Tonight we have a Pilates foundation session where we'll do some stretching and some moving and flowing. It's a lot more restorative, so you're going to strengthen up the legs. We're going to expand and open up the back and chest, and most definitely work the core. You will be feeling your tummy tonight. That is my guarantee to you. So a little bit more gentle, but still opportunities for you to make this a bit more challenging. This is the session that we're building on for the last 3 weeks. So if you've done it, you know what's coming and you can take opportunities to take the harder option. Let's start standing, shall we? We're going to start standing and then we'll end up down at the mat in a little bit. We're not going to spend too long up here. Just feeling things out. Okay, loosen up, feel your body. Do a little, you don't have to do like, I was doing like some African dancing there. You don't have to do that. Just loosen up. And what I want you to do is just basically feel into your body. All I want you to do is just check in, right? Do a little like, hey, bud, what you doing? How you feeling? Maybe you just let yourself fall towards the ground. Maybe you give your hips a bit of a side to side and just check in. And the other way. Okay. So we're going to start with some squats just to loosen things up, start to get things moving. So toes pointing forward. Don't really mind if they're pointing slightly out. And we're just going to actually tip back onto our heels, sending the bum behind, and then come forward. Here we go for 12. 11. 10. Don't worry about how low you're going for now. We're just kind of getting things into it. 10. 9. We're going to do squats slightly differently and let yourself fall forward. So just let your belly like fall towards your legs, send your hips back a lot. 7, this is different to how we would usually do squats, but it's good to mix things up. Have a place, stretch out the back of the legs. 5, letting it fall. 4, 3, boobs and tummy, or if you've got either of those, falling between your legs. 3, sitting hips back. 2, good. And 1, nice. Let's make it slightly different, still squats, but this time heels out, toes out, and you'll point your knees in the direction of your toes and drop your hips down in the middle. So it's a downwards movement rather than a backwards movement. Like you're gonna walk. Okay, take a breath in with me on the way down. We're gonna go in, arms come forward. Exhale, stand up. In comes forward. Exhale, stand up, keep going, in and forward, squeeze through your inner thighs, snap them together to stand up. 4, 3, 2, 1, nice. Shake it out. The fantastic thing if you're feeling a bit flat, like you don't want to be here, like you've had a busy, stressful day. The fantastic thing is you've done the hardest thing and you've shown up. Now, as we lunge out to the side and then a little step in, lunge out to the side, little step in, knee forward, toe forward, is that, you know what? You have done the hardest part. You've shown up. And now you can let go. You don't have to make any more decisions now. I've got your back. You're with me. I'll look after you. All I need you to do is stop thinking and come with me. That's all you need to do. I give you permission to chill out now. We've got 5 to go. Yeah, just follow and loosen up. 4, 3, maybe you can feel your thighs start to awaken. 3, 2 as we pick it up. 1 more. Beautiful. Let's go the other side. Nice and easy. I should say easy because we're not changing movement. Maybe this time, this side, we stretch out the inner thigh. 2, dropping hips back. 3, 4. And I can guarantee you're going to feel better at the end of this than you do right now, right? Blood flow is going to bring new nutrients to all your muscles. Going to get your brain feeling good. 6 to go. Stepping wide, maybe a little bit more of a stretch. Maybe you turn your toe up towards the ceiling and get a little stretch out as you do it. Whoop, stretch. 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Shake it out. We're going to do the same thing, but we're going to add a little balance in and a little bit more hamstring stretch. So we'll step out to the, whatever that side is to you. For me, it's my right. I'm just going to step out to my right, get my stretch on with the back of my leg. Here we're going to open up the back, step up, then right knee is going to come up and balance. We'll go out to the right again. We'll come down, little hamstring stretch here, bend through this knee, come up, balance, good. 10 to go. 10. Tummy to lift. Breathing. I shouldn't do things that involve me doing a lot of counting. It is not my strong point. 7. We're doing good. Maybe you've noticed now that you can get a little deeper as you sit your hip behind. Or if you're not keeping count, if you're doing it slightly slower or faster, that's okay. As long as you're doing it. We'll go 3. 2, and I'm just trying to tap my knee out. As I look at myself in the recording, I can see my knees kind of folding in. I'm just going to pull it out because I know that's going to work my bum a bit more and be better for me at the end of the workout. We'll do one more, and then I'll go to the other side. Stretching out, lifting up, and then we switch. Legs fired up on that side. Start cruising. Let's do it. Step out to the left. Whoop. Add your hamstring stretch. Step it in. Come up. Now, if your balance is still building, you're still building that strength, maybe you tap here and then you lift. Perfectly okay. Have a go now at sitting your hip a little bit further back. So as I step, I'm going to try and drive my hip bone behind me, get a nice bend through this leg. And then I'll come up. Same thing, but instead of sitting here, I'm going to push down. We'll go 5 more. Nice flowy movements. 3. I swear, the longer I've done these kind of live recorded stuff, the more I feel like, you know, working out is just a little bit like a dance, you know. We just do 2 to go. Beautiful. 1 more. Coming out, stretch out. Whoo. Come up. All right. Legs are thoroughly warm. We're going to warm up our spine a bit more. So let's I'm going to pop to the side. You can keep facing me, of course. And we're going to do roll downs. It's going to start with the chin to chest. So give yourself a double chin. And then I'm going to bring my chin to my chest. And then I'm going to gradually roll down. And take my time stretching this out. When I get to the bottom, I'll hold for a bit, give myself a little dangle. Now, it doesn't matter if your hands can't touch the ground. You might be holding elbows or you might be holding thighs, but just letting my weight gradually fall forward, and maybe I gently bend and straighten one leg and then the other. This is a restorative session, so give yourself the gift of a little break. Okay, push your weight into your heels, rock back into your heels, and then imagine driving into the ground. And the more pressure you put onto the heels, the more you roll up through the spine. Last thing up, shoulders back, head back. Maybe you clasp hands behind back, roll. And we're going to do this 4 more times at your own pace. Start tall, double chin, chin to chest, then you roll. And I want you to think of yourself just like, you're a 5-year-old kid and, you've been out at the playground all day and been hanging out with your friends and you don't want to have a nap and you don't want to wind down because you're hyper and overtired. And, you're going to take yourself by the hand, take yourself to the bedroom. It's time for you to have a nap and wind down and have quiet time. So this is what you're forcing your body to do, forcing your mind to do. Forcing yourself to have quiet time and give yourself some break. So I've got 2 more to go. And maybe as you feel yourself doing this, you can start to feel that your spine loosens up and maybe your body calls you to do something. Maybe go off to the side a little or stay down the bottom a little longer. These small movements make big difference to how we feel on a day-to-day basis. I've only got 1 more, so kind of thinking about that kind of timing for 1 more. And on this one, I'm going to stay down the bottom. Come down. I'm going to dangle. And I'm going to do what's called in yoga ragdoll. So grasping opposite elbows. And I'm just going to let the weight fall to the balls of my feet for a moment. And head nodding yes, shaking no to loosen up the neck. Let the weight fall forward to stretch out the backs of the legs. And then bend your knees as much as you need to walk your hands out. I'm going to step forward with my right foot and let my back knee fall to the ground. You might want to pop a little bit of padding under that left knee that's behind because we're actually going to come up. So we're in a hip flexor stretch now. And we're going to hold this for a moment with a nice stretch here. Transfer weight nice and deeply into that right foot because that's going to help you stay stable. And at the same time through the left knee. And if you imagine dragging them towards each other, that's going to help the stretch to that right, through that left hip. Here we go. Hands are going to come to the ground. I want you to untuck your left toe and just lift your knee an inch and then back down. And again, lift your left knee an inch, back down, twice more, back down. Last one, stretch long, back down. What we've done is lengthen through the hips and now we'll come up again. Feel free to untuck the back toe if that feels okay for you. Now you can just hold this and just chill in this nice hip flexor stretch. Or you can come with me if you feel stable and controlled and we'll do some back strengthening, because we like to use our time wisely. So we'll come up into a Y shape with our hands. So I'd be like this, but I'm going to face this way. Y shape, squeezing back, then back down. Exhale, tummy pulls, back down. 9, opening up the chest, strengthening those postural muscles. 8, if you're feeling unstable, push your knee and your foot into the ground. Each time I'm squeezing my arms back, I'm trying to get just a little bit further. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's not rest those back muscles yet. Arms out into a T shape, opening up. So my thumbs are trying to touch behind my back. Arms are at shoulder height and I'm squeezing my shoulder blades together as tight as I can. 4, 3. Maybe you've noticed that your hip has opened up a little bit while we're doing this and it's softened. Fantastic. 2, 1. One more back open. Hands by your side. You'll start with your palms touching your thighs, and then what you're going to do is roll them so they're facing away. Shoulders should roll open. So touch with your hands starting your thighs. Roll open, squeeze behind. And again. 4. Should feel your chest open up. 3, 2, 1. Good. Come forward. Let's do one last Nice little hamstring hip open. Let your weight fall to the outside edge of your right foot. So fall onto the outside edge of your right foot. You feel the stretch in your inner thigh perhaps. We'll just stay here. Can you draw your tummy in this position? And just lengthen a little. Maybe you flatten out your hips to the ground in case one's rolling up or down. You could, if you've got the range, drop down to your elbows. I don't have it right now, so I'm not going to do that. Let's come back down to neutral, come back into neutral, sit your weight behind, square your hips up so they're nice and flush. And sitting hips behind, hamstring stretch. I'd like you to gently turn your toe in towards your midline and then away. In towards your midline and away as you do this hamstring stretch. And just feel the lengthening. And maybe once you've found the position that feels the best for you, you're getting the best stretch, just hold there. Doesn't need to be 110% stretch. You could be cruising around 70 or 80% sensation, and that's good. Don't need to max out. Okay, rock forward. Place your hands on either side of your foot. First little bit of core strength. Let's slide that foot behind. Stretch out, downward dog. So arms are long. I'm just going to cycle out my legs for a moment. Sneaking a little yoga in as I stretch my arms long, 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 long. And heels towards the ground. Look forward, and this time step my left foot forward. And we're going to do the same thing with our stretch. So you can see my back knee. So I'm going to lift my back knee up 1 inch. So that's my right knee. Lift my right knee up 1 inch and then down. Lift it up and then down. 2. Last one. Lift it up, drop it down, and then untuck that toe. What does that stretch feel like for you? Hopefully it feels delightful. You can stay there with the padding under your knee and just hold that, or you can come up and we can do some more back strengthening together. Here we go. If you're going to do it, we'll start with our arms overhead again, rib cage down, tummy in nice and tight. You're probably going to want to do this, but we're not going to because I said we'd do core today. This is how we'll do core. Tighten it up, hold it in. Here we go. So arms come up, keep the rib cage down, down, down. And we're going to do back squeezes. 1, 2 or 12. Can you see how much I'm drawing my elbows to my armpits to get that back together? 3. Remember, balance in the legs comes from a heel to the ground, knee to the ground, and then squeeze your legs together. No, there's a lot going on. So if it's too much, just ditch the arms and focus on the hips. Halfway. And each time I squeeze a little harder. And I open up. 3, 2, 1. Hands here. And now we're going to roll open. 1. So elbows at shoulder height, squeezed right back, pop it back. 2. Keep reaching forward in the hips. 3. As someone who spends a lot of time at the desk because of studies, this saves me doing this stuff. Looks really silly. You feel like a bit of an idiot, but it's so good for your back. If it just counterbalances all that tightness. We're going to do 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Palms to the ground. Ready? Little pulses down back with the elbows. Elbows in line with shoulders. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Shoulder blades together, neck long. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. Roll to the outside edge of your left foot. Pinky edge, knee falls away. Ankle still nice and stable. Stretch through the left inner thigh. This is kind of the last of our hip opening work. So just enjoy this lengthening, stretching time because we're about to get a little bit more activated. Foot down to neutral, sink back. Hamstring, square up your hips. Maybe foot rolls in and out until you find the right position. Lengthen. Okay, we're going to do a flip around. So hands come and straddle, use your core. Step it back for a downward dog. Stretch out for a moment. Then walk your feet towards your hands. Then make your way down. Graceful. If you don't do it graceful, you haven't done it right. Jokes, whatever, get to the floor. All right, let's find our way onto our back. Here we go, the first of our core time, friends. Okay, let's just refocus on our core activation, pelvic floor integration. So imagining that you need to go to the bathroom and you feel a lifting up, a pulling up, a drawing inwards just slightly through your pelvic floor, just a little bit. From that point, we're going to keep that engagement and then hollow through the rib cage. And the sensation is your rib cage getting closer to your hips. And now I'm just going to, with those 2 points, just double check that I've got a space between my chin and my chest. And I'd like you all to just do that for me. Take a fist and bring it in between your chin and your chest and just double check what that feels like and what that amount of space feels like, because you're going to keep that at all times from now on. Okay, so keeping those points, we're going to just do a straight curl up, feet on the ground, shoulder width apart, hip width apart. Take a breath in, and you can have your hands just on either side of your head. As we exhale, imagine drawing your rib cage closer to your hips. Curl up, shoulder blades come off the ground. Breathe in, back down. Lower back down. If you want a visual, you visualize that your belly button is drawing in towards the ground, or the space between the ground and your lower back is constant. It never opens up. You can never slide your hand underneath your belly button. Still going here, 10 seconds. Have you still got that space between your chin and your chest? 4, 3. If you exhale on the way up, it makes it way better. 2, 1 more. Hold up, hold there, hold there, hold there. You're in a curled up position. You're looking lightly towards the ceiling. Belly button still hollowed. Still can't slide my hand in between the mat and my lower back. Hopefully your core is like, what? What is happening here? Well, friend, it's about to get more fun. Feel free to take a rest if you like, but otherwise, 1 foot comes up, knee bent. Other leg comes up, knee bent. Point your toes away from you. We're about to do the 100, the 100. So hands are going to reach towards the ground, and imagine you've got little buzzers and you're going to go buzz, 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 and tap the buzzer each time. Looking straight ahead, and we'll count in 10s. Take a breath in. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4, soft neck. 5, belly button still draws in, shoulders roll off the ground. Halfway. Keep that pelvic floor. 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 9, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Rest. Knees up to chest. Give yourself a rock and roll. Knees are going to come back to in line with our hips. So you should be able to draw a straight line from your hips to your knee. But then we're going to separate our knees out. So knees aren't together, knees are flared wide, toes are touching. Okay, so here we are in our curled up position and we've got wide legs, pointed toes. So we're going to start here, then extend our legs, point toes again. Knees wide and close, together and far. Wide and close, together and far. 12, 11, 10. To make it easier, your head will rest on the ground. To make it harder, you curl your shoulder blades up and try to get them further off the ground as you keep hollowing your tummy. 8, 7, and engage those legs. 6, 5, 4 long legs. 3, can you curl up a little higher? 2, 1 more. Okay, ready? Knees together, toes together, whole time. Knees in, knees away, curling. Knees in. 2. The lower your legs are to the ground, the more challenging. So if you bring them up a bit higher like this, a little bit less stress on the core muscles. So find your level. Neck is still soft. 5 to go. 5, 4, tummy pulls in. 3, 2, 1 more. Good, rest. Hey, I hope you enjoyed that because we're gonna do it again. Na, 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 na. Do whatever you need to stretch out. Some people like to have a long body instead of curling their knees to chest. Whatever feels nice for you. Maybe you like to do a little rock and roll, a little happy baby style. Oh yeah. Okay, so what we're doing is the wide into the close. That's what we're doing. Ready? Find your points. Rib cage down. Can't slide my hand. Good, good, good. Check. Apple and neck chin. Here we go. Let's curl up if you're going to curl up. Knees come flared, sitting over hips. 1, 2, 3. Stay with me. 4. Can you squeeze your legs very tight when you extend? 5, 6. There you go. 7. You can do it. Trust me. 8, 9. Close there. 10. 2 to go. Curl up a little higher. 11, 12. Knees together, toes together. Knees come in. Then we extend. 1, 2. When you extend your legs, your pelvic floor pulls upwards and inwards, even higher. 4. Tension never leaves the muscles. 5. We just engage a little more. Rest if you need. 6. Or just scale it back by bringing legs a little higher. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1 more. 12, good. Rest. We're going to do roll overs now and roll ups. So a roll up, I'm going to extend my legs long, and the goal is to basically do what we did standing, but on the ground now. So we're going to curl chin to chest and reach up, trying to do that without momentum until I'm reaching all the way forward, and then curl down. But I'm not just going to plop down, because where's the fun in that? Where's the challenge? I'm going to gently roll down, potentially one vertebrae at a time. Now to scale it, you grab your thighs and use those to go up, and then use those to go down. Let's do 4 together. So we'll start on the ground, or actually, well, let's start for 30 seconds and you go at your own pace. Breathe in with now. Exhale, curl up. Belly button draws inwards. Good. So 30 seconds to just do it really slow. The slower the better here. Trying to get that one vertebrae at a time down. And it's okay if you use a little momentum just to begin with. I'm sure you can feel it, particularly on the way down, that your tummy has to work extra hard. Can you try for one more? All right, we're going to reverse this now. Reverse curl. You can do this with knees bent, and we imagine we're using our lower core now. We imagine bringing our knees over our head, curling upwards. 1, 2. If that feels absolutely fine, you're not lifting through the upper body, then you could try doing it straight leg and with control on the way up and the way down. We do this for 12. Breathe in, exhale, lift. When you lift, you draw inwards even further. It's toes are going to reach upwards and behind. 5, 6. Just check in with your neck. 7, because when it gets hard, particularly with this movement, we tend to tighten up and scrunch through the neck. So instead, you could try actually just holding the edges of your mat to help that kind of, and drawing it down in a way that kind of helps you stop scrunching. 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Good. Rest. I'm going to actually do a little spinal twist now, letting both knees fall across to one side. You might like to join me or do something different. If you find yourself feeling a little lightheaded doing this, it's likely that you aren't breathing all the way in and all the way out. Just try and time your breathing to the movement. Knowing that each time you take a big breath in, you're bringing amazing good stuff. It's like you're putting premium fuel in your car, and the car being you, right? Let's put some premium fuel in by taking some big belly breaths in. Here we go. So we're going to start with our roll ups. Take a breath. Premium fuel goes in. Exhale. Let's go for an endurance drive. Imagine we're driving down to the coast. The coast being your tiptoes. And as we roll back, there we go. Windows down. Big breath in. Let's go on another adventure. Oh, it's getting harder as I get a little bit tired. See? Yeah, really nice roll, Jackie. That's great. Yep, keep going, Denise. Good. A little slower, Robin. That was great, though. Good stuff. Good, nice long legs, Mags. Good control. Okay, but one more. Oh, so slow, Kirsty. Kirsty looked like she was in slow motion. Reaching. And then rolling. Beautiful. Let's do a roll over. I should do it like a precautionary warning. Don't wear leggings that have zips, because I've tried to do a session like this with a zip at the back of my leggings and it is very uncomfortable. Sorry, should have warned. Let's do it. Knees up, legs up, over the head. Breath in, exhale. 2 or 12. Feel free to grab the mat. 3, maybe this time your legs go a little higher. And we start to get more like candlestick kind of thing. 4. Don't force it. Do challenge yourself though. 9 or 12. 10. Big breath. 11. We've got one more. 12. Good. Core's going to get a little bit of break. It's time to fire up our back. I'm going to have a little sip. We've got my, I don't know how I feel about this part of the session. I find it quite hard. Maybe you'll find it fine. Let's do it. No time to waste. We've got a glute strengthening time. Take a breath in, tight tummy, tight core. Zip up those hips towards the sky. Okay. I'd like you to just place your hands on your hips and just feel the evenness and the height that they're sitting at. And maybe you just shuffle your feet so they're a little bit more central rather than towards the outside of your hip line. Now, keeping your hands on your hips, tummy in, can you straighten out that left leg? Hold here. Can you keep your hips at the same height? Not with your hands, but with your leg strength. Point your left toe away. I'm going to hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now do a clockwise circle with your leg. 5, 4. Belly comes in, hips stay high. Maybe you can let your hands fall to the ground now. 3, 2, 1. Other direction. 5. Smooth it out. 4, 3, 2, 1. Knee comes into chest, points up to sky, and then down to the same line. Chest, sky, down. Chest, sky, down. Keep going. Keep the height in your hips. If you need to rest, you'll drop down. But I like everyone to try and keep going. We're almost there. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. We're going to keep working that right glute and hamstring. Take a moment to shake it off. Give it a little rest. Same thing again. Let's tuck our hips up towards the sky. Check your hip height. Try and keep your hips at the same height. Drive your right heel into the ground. Imagine that's a tree trunk and you're going to let the left leg straighten out. Point it up to the sky. Hold here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Circles. 5. Feel free to drop and circle if you need. 4, 3, 2, 1. Other way. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We go bend in the knee, straighten it out, then bend in the knee. Bend in the knee, straighten it out, Bend in the knee. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Big breath. We're going to do the same on the other side now. Let's scoop our hip bones up. Really tilting through your hip bones. Try and reach your pubic bone up towards the sky. Body stay long, head stays long. Hips stay at that height. Drive your left heel into the ground. Right goes long. Hold here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Circles clockwise. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other way. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knee comes to chest, reaches up and out. 12. Knee chest, knees to the sky, out. 11. Keep the height in the hips if you can. 10. Option to drop hips to ground and keep circling. Still a great strengthener. 7, 6, 5. Hopefully you feel the backs of the legs working. 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. Hold your mama. My butt is working. Whew. Hello, dance routine. If it's a dance routine, it is definitely a lot of like, I don't know, just something that, oh my gosh, I've just forgotten that rapper's name. It's not, anyway, I can't remember her name now, which just ruins it. She just did the release of Big Butts recently. Anyway, let's work our right foot. Drive left heel into the ground. Let's start with our extended leg. Hold here. 5, point toe up. 4, 3, Nicki Minaj. 2, 1. I remembered. Circle. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other way. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Start with knee bent. Extend it out long first. Knee bent, long, reverse. We're only doing 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. I hope you're feeling fantastic. We get to roll on the side. Okay, some side body work, friends. I'd like you on your left hip. Can you roll onto your left hip on the bottom? And your shoulder and your hips are at the back of the mat, and your feet are at the front. Shoulder and hips at the back, feet are at the front. Upper body's going to stay really nice and still doing this. And you have the option to cradle your head in your hands or just rest it either on a pillow or your arm down here. Okay, we're going to point our toes and lightly tuck our tailbone forwards. So scoop pelvic bone towards the screen. Take a breath in. We're going to go straight up and down with our top leg, keeping our bottom still and our upper body still. 1, point the toe. 2, 3, you should feel a burning, building sensation in the hips and particularly the bum. 5 of 12. 6. Personally, I always like to make sure my top hip is slightly rolled forward and maybe kicked slightly behind, because for me, if I'm a bit too forward, I just feel crampy in the hip. Just me. 4, 3, 2, 1. Circles forward. 1. Upper body, keep it still. And you'll keep it still by using your tummy. 2. Maybe this hand at the front is just bracing the ground. 4, 5, smooth circles. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Feel free to rest or come with me. Anti-clockwise. 1, 2, smooth circle. 3, 4. Find the back of the circle. 4, 5, 6. Re-engage the tummy. 7. You're doing great. 8. I know you are. 9, 10. Find the back of the circle again. 11, 12. Rest for a moment. Maybe give your hip a little massage. So I'm doing this because I love you. I swear. Only good things will come of this. Okay, we're going to play a hot potato. Dummy. We're going to tap once forward, twice back. Doot, doot. Once forward, twice back. Doot, doot. Let's go. 3, long body. Long toes. 4, 5, 6. Maybe you time your breathing to mine if you keep forgetting. 12, good. Straight up and down. 1, 2, just little pulses. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Hui, good. Let's switch sides. Toes at the front, hips, shoulders at the back. This is definitely how you end up looking like you got bed hair, hey? Rolling around on the ground. Okay. Are we ready? Maybe feel the tightness in your tummy by just poking your side. Feel that your abdominals are working. Lengthen yourself out. We start with straight up and down. Top hip rolls slightly forward. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Smooth it. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12. Let's go circles. Forward. 2, 3, 4. Look down. Is your upper body moving? 5, 6. Is one of the parts of the circle that you're making with your leg look more like a square? If it is, make the change. We can do shapes. 11, 12, other direction. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I remember in school they always made us like write our name with our legs. Should have made you do that. I think I don't do that because my name's really long, my full name. I'm like, just be here forever. 5, 4, find the back of the circle. 3, 2, 1. I believe I gave you a rest now, so let's rest. We're going to hit up hot potato and then some straight leg pulses after this. Hot potato, hot potato. I know my name's long still. I know that obviously it's long because whenever I do exams, I'm always one of the last people to start writing the exam when I'm in those big amphitheaters. You know, other people are on their second page and I'm still like, you know, circling things. Too many double letters. Okay, we're ready to hot potato. Boop to the once, back to the twice. Front to the once, back to the twice. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, maybe over exaggerate the movement, 11, 12. Done. Nice. Let's pulse it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Beautiful. Roll on to your back. Bring your right leg toward your head straight. Grab on to wherever you can grab onto. Curl your tummy up. Hollow your belly button. Shoulders can come as far off the ground as you can do it with control and no neck tension. We're going to pulse and swap. Breathe in. Exhale. Breathe in. Exhale, swap. Grabbing legs. 3, 4, 24, 5, 6, 7. The further you roll your upper body off the ground using your tummy, the harder it is. 8, 9, 10, 11. Can the other leg hit the ground? 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back of the head to the ground, knees go straight. Hands come behind head. Option here for a straight curl over and then a straight curl over. We've still got the apple size shape between our chin and my chest, or you can do a full bicycle. Nothing changes except that the other leg goes long. So my upper body is still the same setup. So you can either just do a straight alternate. Here we go. 12, 12, 11, 11, 10. Just think about bringing your rib to your hip. 9, 9, 8, 8. Breathing in. 7, 7, 6, 6. Leave your elbows behind you. 5. They don't need to do anything. 5, 4. Leg goes long if you're doing it. 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1. Well done. Rest for a moment. A happy baby. So let's bring our knees up to our armpits. That was just a cheeky little core add-on. Knees up to armpits, soles of foot up towards the sky, and you're so close to the end of the session. You're so very close. Just lightly draw your lower back to the ground. And this is just a nice lower back counterbalance to what we've been doing. And if you like, you can lightly draw your heels towards the ceiling in this pose. Maybe you do a little rock side to side. Maybe you'd like to let one leg go long. Don't have to, you could just still stay in that happy baby, but if you want a little extra hamstring, and if you can't quite reach, I mean, I've got pretty stubby arms and legs. They're like pretty much the same length, so it's not too hard for me to do that, but you could just grab your calf or just hold on to wherever you can while you're still stretching out. And just swap. Switch again. One more time. Both legs long. Let your right leg fall to the ground. Bend your left knee and bring it over and across to the right. Spinal twist. Let's stretch it out. So I'm just laying on my right hip, letting my left come over and across. If you like, you can let your bottom leg rest on top of your top. Really letting my left arm open up into a nice T shape. Softening, enjoying the quiet of the day. Knowing you're transitioning to the end of the day, which is fantastic. Well done, you. Let's unravel. Lift your hips up once more, interlace your fingers underneath, and just shuffle your, clasping your hands underneath, and drive your clasped hands into the ground. There's a little chest open. You could add a little bit more back bend here if that feels good for you. Don't have to. Coming down now, and you could do a spiral twist on the other side. Or right arm goes long. Option to bring bottom leg on top of top leg, top foot. And now just taking the opportunity to do any final stretches that you'd like to do for yourself. Anything at all that your body is calling for and asking for. I'm going to do what's called a plow pose and just stretch out my lower back a little bit more deeply. If you haven't done this before, maybe don't do it and just pick something that's a little bit more appropriate for you. If you are having a go at this, make sure you keep your neck neutral, and you can actually bend your knees a lot. Fantastic. That concludes tonight's Pilates session. For those of you who've been joining the last few sessions, Pilates 1 and 2 that we've done, I'm sure you can see that it was a little bit more challenging, a little bit more variety. I saw some blinky eyes then. A little bit more challenging, and we've built up to it. So congratulations for having a go and doing that. Thank you so much, and have a lovely evening.